Continuing with some misconceptions about medical debt collections and tips that may help you to negotiate down or get the debt written off. 6. My medical debt has no real consequences on me if I ignore it long enough. Maybe. If that hospital does not report to credit, and the second agency does not report to credit, and the agencies that buy the debt off don't report to credit, then yes, you may not have your credit score affected. There's no way of knowing what agencies they use and what future policies they may follow when it comes to reporting to credit, though. My agency could legally tell you, no, we don't report to credit on this account, if we didn't. But then we'd give the account back at 90 days or 1 year or whatever, and then the hospital would switch the debt over to our competitor for 1 year, and those bastards did report. So don't assume it will never report. Additionally, you can be prevented from using that hospital in the future if you have outstanding bills. Some of our providers even allowed us to garnish wages. 7. Telling them to stop calling me stops all collections for this bill. Telling them to stop contacting you stops them from contacting you. If you say stop calling you, they cannot call you ever again. If you say stop calling this number, they can never call that number again. If you say stop contacting me, they cannot call, write, show up, send smoke signals, use a voodoo doll, etc. This is per FDCPA, and you can sue them for literally thousands of dollars if they violate this, so go for it. But just because they can't call, write, etc. that doesn't stop credit reporting, wage garnishments, etc. if those are in the pipeline of the debt. It also legally prevents them from reaching out to you to let you know if they are offering a deal. We offered huge discounts during tax season, for example. It stops them from letting you know if you have future additional bills. Basically, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. Now, if you know 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt that this bill and all future bills for this hospital will not ever hit your credit report, or if you have a 300 credit score and plan to live in your mom's car forever, then go for it. But again, you may also be prevented from seeing doctors as part of this facility's network forever as a result. The ER is required to take you regardless of your payment history. Nobody else is. 8. They are asking for my information when they call me. That must be fraud. In medical collections, they are bound by HIPAA in addition to FDCPA. They are allowed to ask for your name and give you the address they have on file to see if it's you. They are not allowed to mention that they're calling about a medical bill, details on the appointment reasons, or amount until they have confirmed your identity. They cannot tell your family member anything unless it's your legal spouse who verifies your info. ID verification varies, but typically it's name, address, year of birth. The agency's lawyer may not be okay with them reading off your YOB, so they may ask you to confirm what's on their screen. It seems shady, for sure, but it's for your protection. You can never be too careful. Ask for them to send a letter. Get company name. Ask them what their letter envelope looks like. The FDCPA makes it illegal for the letter to state collections on the outside of the envelope for your protection, so it may look like junk mail that you threw out. They have to keep the envelope relatively generic. Ask for the rep's name. Ask to call back in and talk to someone else. Tell them you don't know if they're legit. If they are legit, they'll direct you to a website, a phone Azure for call-in. They'll resend a letter if you tell them you'll pay, etc. Look up reviews for the agency and CFPB and BBB complaints. But be aware that the ignorance around collections is widespread, and 99% of the bad reviews are going to be people who think it's a scam. That's the nature of collections. But they should be legitimate. They should have a web presence. They should have ads on Indeed and other websites to hire people. Collection agents turn over more often than a sex worker in a threesome with one really tall man and one short fat man.